How did the ancient Polynesians, with no maps, no compass, and no modern tools, manage to explore and settle over 10 million square miles of open ocean? Welcome to Epic Time Journeys, where history's most incredible adventures come alive. Today we set sail into the vast Pacific to uncover the remarkable story of the Polynesians, masters of the sea and pioneers of one of the greatest navigational feats in human history. Long before the age of GPS or even European exploration, the Polynesians set out across thousands of miles of open water in double-hulled canoes, guided only by the stars, the ocean, and their inherited wisdom. Their voyages would connect islands scattered across the Pacific, from Hawaii in the north to Easter Island in the east and New Zealand in the south. But who were these daring seafarers, and how did they do it? The story begins over 3,000 years ago, in what is now Taiwan and the surrounding islands. The ancestors of the Polynesians were part of the Austronesian migration, a vast human movement that would stretch farther and longer than any other in history. Driven by a spirit of exploration and adaptation, they slowly moved through the Philippines, Indonesia, and into the Pacific. Around 1500 BCE, these early navigators reached the islands of Melanesia. Then, by about 1000 BCE, they began to venture further into the vast blue expanse of the Pacific, giving rise to what we now call the Polynesian Triangle. But navigating such enormous distances wasn't just about bravery. It required knowledge passed down through generations. Polynesian navigators, known as wayfinders, memorized complex star charts, constellations rising and setting at different times of the year. They studied the color of the ocean, the direction of swells, the flight paths of birds, and even the taste of seawater. This knowledge wasn't written down. It was taught orally through chants, stories, and hands-on experience. Apprentices would spend years under master navigators, learning to read the ocean like a living map. One of the most astonishing voyages was to Hawaii, located more than 2,000 miles from any major landmass. And yet the Polynesians reached it nearly 1,500 years before European explorers even dreamed of the Pacific. Even more mysterious is their arrival at Easter Island, Rapa Nui, one of the most isolated inhabited islands on Earth. Somehow these wayfinders discovered it and built a complex society known for its massive stone statues, the Moai. Their final great migration led them to Aotearoa, modern-day New Zealand, around 1200 CE. Cold, mountainous, and unlike any Pacific island they had seen, the Polynesians adapted once again, founding what would become the Maori culture. And then they stopped. After centuries of expansion, the voyaging ceased. No one knows exactly why. Some believe environmental changes made the long-distance trips harder. Others suggest political or social shifts played a role. But for hundreds of years, the routes once used to connect the vast ocean world went quiet. It wasn't until the 20th century that the full scope of Polynesian navigation began to be understood again. In 1976, a traditional canoe named Hokulea set sail from Hawaii to Tahiti without modern instruments, proving once more that ancient navigation could work. The success of that voyage reignited interest and pride in Polynesian heritage. Today, a new generation of wayfinders is preserving the knowledge, ensuring the secrets of the stars, winds, and waves are never forgotten again. So next time you look out across the ocean, remember, long before satellites and compasses, there were people who saw the sea not as a barrier, but as a highway. This has been. Don't forget to ask yourself, what else have we forgotten that once changed the world?